Welcome to the channel, coin lovers and collectors. In this video, we're taking a closer look at some of the most valuable United States of America $quarter coins that have amazed collectors over the years. These quarters may look like regular pocket change, but a few rare dates, minting errors, and special designs make them worth far more than their face value. We'll explore the history, features, and key details that make these coins truly stand out in the world of collecting. So grab your coins and take a closer look. You might be holding a rare and valuable treasure without even realizing it. Let's get started. First up, the United States of America $quarter from 1967. This coin, though often overlooked, carries a special place in American coinage history. It was struck during a major transition period when the U.S. Mint was making crucial changes to its materials and minting practices, and that makes the 1967 $quarter an interesting collectible, even in good circulated condition. The 1967 quarter belongs to the Washington Quarter Series, which started in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design, created by sculptor John Flanagan, became one of the most iconic and enduring in U.S. history. On the obverse, we see a strong left-facing profile of George Washington, the nation's first president and a symbol of American leadership and integrity. Why 1967? The United States Mint was recovering from a massive coin shortage that began in the early 1960s. This shortage was caused by the rising value of silver, which led people to hoard older coins. In 1965, to address the issue, the U.S. Mint changed the metal composition of its dimes and quarters from 90% silver to a copper-nickel-clad composition. The 1967 quarter was part of that new non-silver era, making it a product of economic necessity and modernization. This coin was struck in a composition of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. The result was a durable coin that could withstand heavy circulation and didn't depend on precious metals. The edge of the coin is reeded, and if you look closely, you can see the distinct copper color showing through the edge, a signature feature of modern clad coins. Interestingly, there were no mint marks on any U.S. coins struck in 1967. This was a deliberate decision by the U.S. Mint to discourage collectors from removing coins from circulation during the ongoing shortage. So, whether your 1967 quarter was made in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, it bears no mint mark, making it a truly unique year in coinage history. On the reverse side of the coin, the classic design features a bold American eagle perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and readiness to defend the nation. Below the eagle are two olive branches, representing peace. The inscriptions, United States of America, E pluribus unum, and $quarter complete the patriotic design, giving the coin a sense of dignity and power and good circulated condition. A 1967 quarter shows light wear on Washington's hair, cheek, and the eagle's wings. The finer details may be softened, but the overall design remains clear and attractive. Even with signs of circulation, this coin still carries a sharp metallic luster when tilted under light, which highlights its durability and resilience. While the 1967 quarter does not contain silver, its historical context makes it collectible. It represents the full transition from precious metal coinage to modern clad coinage in the U.S. economy. For many collectors, it marks the end of an era, the final goodbye to the silver quarters that had circulated since the 1930s. The Philadelphia Mint produced more than 1.5 billion 1967 quarters, which means they're not rare in general circulation. However, examples in uncirculated or proof-like condition can still hold a premium value among collectors, especially those who want to complete a set of transitional-era quarters. Some collectors also enjoy searching for errors or varieties among 1967 quarters. Although the minting technology had improved by then, occasional off-center strikes, double dies, or weak strikes can be found and are always exciting discoveries for coin hunters. Beyond its monetary value, the 1967 quarter holds sentimental importance. It circulated during a defining period in American culture, the late 1960s, a decade marked by social change, innovation, and national pride. Holding one of these coins connects you to that vibrant period in history. The absence of a mint mark adds a layer of mystery and charm to the coin. It makes collectors wonder where exactly their coin was minted, adding an element of discovery to this piece of U.S. numismatic history. Even in good condition, the 1967 quarter makes an excellent teaching coin for beginners who want to learn about mint history, composition changes, and coin grading. It's affordable, accessible, and historically rich, all the qualities that make coin collecting enjoyable. If you have a 1967 quarter in your collection, take a closer look at the details. Notice how the portrait of Washington and the eagle's design reflect America's enduring spirit and craftsmanship. The coin may seem ordinary, but its story is anything but. Over time, these coins have become nostalgic items, especially for those who remember using them during the late 1960s and 1970s. Each coin carries marks of daily use, small scratches, and wear that tell the story of countless transactions across decades. Collectors often include the 1967 quarter in their Washington quarter albums as a key date from the transitional period. It serves as a reminder of how U.S. coinage adapted to economic change while maintaining its beauty and functionality. Whether you collect coins for value, history, or art, the 1967 quarter deserves your attention. It bridges the gap between the silver era and the modern era of American currency, embodying both change and continuity. Next up, the United States of America quarter dollar from 1991, proudly bearing the P mint mark from the Philadelphia Mint. This coin, in very good condition, may look like an ordinary piece of change, but it holds history, design brilliance, and collecting potential that make it far more fascinating than its face value suggests. Let's dive into its details, its journey through time, and why it deserves a spot in your coin collection. The 1991 Washington quarter continues the long and distinguished Washington quarter series, which began in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by the talented sculptor John Flanagan, the coin's obverse features the iconic left-facing portrait of George Washington. His expression reflects strength, leadership, and integrity, qualities that define both his legacy and the American spirit. This particular 1991 issue was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which is represented by the P mint mark just to the right of Washington's ponytail. The presence of this mint mark is notable because for many years prior to 1980, Philadelphia minted quarters didn't carry a mark. By the early 1990s, however, the P had become a proud symbol of the mint's craftsmanship and production excellence. The coin's composition consists of copper and nickel layers bonded to a solid copper core, a durable and modern clad construction introduced in 1965. This alloy not only made the coin more resistant to wear, but also reflected the economic shift away from silver coinage. Even in very good condition, the 1991 quarter still shines with a silvery luster that highlights its fine details and craftsmanship. On the reverse side of the coin, we see the classic image of an American bald eagle, perched majestically on a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath. The arrows represent strength and preparedness, while the olive branches symbolize peace. Together, they convey a balanced message of national resolve and diplomacy. Surrounding this proud emblem are the inscriptions United States of America, E pluribus unum, and quarter dollar. The year 1991 itself was an interesting time in American history. The nation was entering a new decade filled with technological innovation and change. The 1991 quarter circulated in a world where cash was still king. Millions of these coins passed through everyday hands in shops, vending machines, and pockets across the country. Each one played a part in the rhythm of daily American life. A coin in very good condition, like the one we're discussing today, shows clear design details with only light signs of wear on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. The date and lettering remain sharp, and the mint mark is easily visible. For collectors, this level of preservation is appealing because it demonstrates both the coin's longevity and the care it has received over the years. Although the 1991 quarter was produced in large numbers, finding one in very good or higher condition is becoming increasingly uncommon as these coins have circulated for over 3 decades. Many have been worn down, lost, or damaged, which makes preserved examples stand out in collections. While the coin doesn't contain silver, its historical and nostalgic value has made it a favorite among collectors who appreciate U.S. coinage from the late 20th century. It represents a bridge between the earlier clad quarters and the state quarters program that would launch just a few years later in 1999. For new collectors, the 1991 P quarter serves as an excellent educational piece. It offers insights into mint marks, composition changes, and the ongoing evolution of American coin design. Even without being rare, it tells a story of continuity in craftsmanship and tradition. Some collectors also keep an eye out for errors or varieties in 1991 quarters. Occasionally, minor die cracks, off-center strikes, or weak strikes can add uniqueness and slight value to an otherwise common coin. Finding one of these minting anomalies can make your collection even more exciting. The Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of these coins, yet each piece carries its own distinct journey. Every scratch or mark is a trace of history, a silent witness to countless exchanges, decades of circulation, and the steady flow of commerce that defines the American economy. From a design perspective, the 1991 quarter continues to represent timeless artistry. John Flanagan design, with its classical simplicity and balance, remains one of the most admired in U.S. coinage. It captures both the dignity of Washington and the national pride symbolized by the eagle. For collectors who appreciate condition, a very good 1991 quarter is a satisfying find. It's not pristine, yet it holds character, a coin that has served its purpose yet survived the test of time. Coins like this often spark curiosity and remind us of how even small pieces of metal can carry so much history. When you hold this coin, you're holding a tangible piece of 1990s America, an era of growth, technology, and optimism. It's amazing how a simple quarter can act as a time capsule, connecting us to the daily lives of people decades ago. Collectors often include the 1991 P quarter in their Washington quarter albums as part of a complete 20th century set. Its significance lies not in rarity but in representation. It's a coin that completes the story of a long-running series that shaped U.S. numismatics for generations. Even if its monetary value remains modest, the historical, artistic, and emotional value of this coin is undeniable. For anyone who loves exploring the stories behind coins, the 1991 quarter dollar with the P mint mark is a true gem of American heritage.